This podcast is part of E2C Network, where we share the whole Auburn experience.
War Eagle Auburn fans, and welcome to Tiger Tracks, your source for Auburn, track and field, and cross-country news and discussion. I'm your host, Jessica, and I'm here with my wonderful co-host and husband, Kyle, to discuss two very important weekends for Auburn track and field.
Double trouble for us because we weren't able to do an episode last week.
Because we're doubling up this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite a task to handle one track and field meet, much less two of them.
And technically three.
Oh, God, that is
because,
right.
Because our decathlon elites went.
I liked it better the first time.
Okay, decathletes?
Yes.
They went to.
But they're not all decathletes. They're all heptathletes.
Well,
pentathletes.
This time they compete in the decathlon.
I know, I'm just saying it's not
So
always.
they went to California. Then we had some people went to Houston. Then some people went to Florida.
So
we were all over the country.
Literally all of, and it was probably Southern California too.
Well, I don't know where Azusa, California is.
We're going to assume it's Southern, just so I can stick with my
okay.
storyline. But think about it, just all across the United States, the southern part of it, right there, California,
Literally.
Texas, and Florida.
So the first meet that we're going to talk about, we are going to do the highlights because obviously this would get pretty muddy going through all of the meets.
And we know that not everybody wants us to sit through every single one of those when we have to do so much together. So that's why we're going to condense this a little bit for you all.
Correct. This will be a one-off situation, and we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program next week.
You sound like such a professional editor. Get back to our regularly scheduled program.
You know, that's what I was hoping for, and you ruined it.
Well, you know,
per usual.
This is my job as a co-host.
So for the meet that happened April 7th, Auburn went to Houston, Texas for the Cameron Burrell Alumni Invitational, which this was a meet named after Coach Burrell's son, who unfortunately passed away in 2021. So obviously emotions were probably very high for the Burrells. I can't even imagine how emotional this would be, not only because it's in honor of your son, but also being at your old school.
And it's alumni weekend.
And now you're bringing your new team. Just a lot of things to process about that weekend.
I don't know how you do that. If I'm Coach Burrell, obviously very strong, he's able to go there and be, it's an honor to be there where your son's being honored, his memory. And obviously to see your old athletes that you had a hand in coaching and your old school that you spent, I forget how long he was there, but long time.
20-something years?
So a long time that you spent there. So now you're here at Auburn trying to start this new thing, and you're going to add all of that on top of this is about your son too. I mean, that's obviously awesome and tough all at the same time to be going through all those different emotions.
Absolutely. And this is something that I did not know about Coach Burrell. So I knew he was, a well-known track athlete.
Right.
That his wife is an Olympian as well, but also that their son, so Cameron, he had 3 NCAA national titles, including the 2018 championship in the 100-meter dash, so the individual championship.
It literally just ran in the family. You see what I did there?
Ran in the family. So this is just, a very athletic family.
Sorry, did I ruin the moment by making a dad joke?
You always ruin everything.
Well, it's a cool event regardless.
So either way, like I said, this meet was Friday, April 7th, which was, like I said, at the Carl Lewis International Complex. I almost said Invitational. The Carl Lewis International Complex and the Tom Tellez track in Houston.
Sounds great to me. It sounds absolutely great to me. All right, so we talked about how it's named after his son and a little bit about them. Let's jump into some of the highlights from this particular one, and then we'll bounce around back to this current week where we should be. But the big highlights from that one, the men's 4x100 relay team for Auburn won first place with a time of 40.60 seconds. And awesome.
We're finally getting into that exciting point of outdoor track where our relay teams are really getting settled in and figuring out which athletes are in what relays. So this is my favorite time of track and field.
And assuming that they're going to try to put a team together for pin relays.
Of course.
Then this is the time you want to start.
Now is the time.
Solidifying that. Well, how cool is that? You come back for this very special weekend, and your team that you're now coaching wins it.
I mean that's nothing better. If your team in Houston couldn't win it, it had to be Auburn. Yeah. So it had to be Coach Burrell's team that won it. So
another highlight, David Edmondson got a PR in the men's 100 meter with a time of 10.87 seconds, earning him 8th place overall at that meet.
And let's just talk about just one last thing, that wonderful emotional connection for Coach Burrell. Thinking about his son, and his event was the 100 meter dash.
Oh.
And his Coach Burrell's now team, 4x100, got the gold, and David got a PR in the 100. So just really cool. I thought that was a really
You're just tying it all together, aren't you?
Of course, that's my goal. Eric Ebel and Maddie Malone both won the hammer throw.
Boom, baby.
Yeah.
Maddie Malone, I expect that. I expect Eric to do well every single time, but they both won it. Domination.
I know.
Auburn is just good at throwing things. So am I.
Throwing
Not
our
really.
podcast
I'm
under
good
the
at
bus.
throwing things, just not long distances.
Okay. So Matthew Ruff, Ethan Richter, and Grant Griffin earned gold, silver, and bronze,
Boom!
respectively, in the men's shot put. I know you love that. You love a podium sweep.
The podium. Get your brooms out, baby. And I'm not talking about Janai broom from basketball. I'm just talking about the broom on the podium.
What is happening?
I tried to tie basketball to it, folks.
So on top of that, Matthew Ruff, who earned the gold medal, also got a PR with a throw of 18.04 meters. And Ethan Richter, our silver medalist, got a PR with a throw of 17.33 meters.
Luke Roberts won the men's 400 meter with a PR of 48.58 seconds. Matthew Rayner also got a PR in that event with a time of 49.70 seconds, earning him 6th place overall. So a 1st place and a 6th place finish for Auburn in that particular event.
And 2 PRs.
2 PRs as well. Done.
Speaking of PRs, Davis Plowden got a silver medal in the men's 800 and got a PR with a time of 1 minute, 52.85 seconds. Another PR, Alyssa Quinones-Mixon won the women's pole vault with a new PR of 4.00 meters. And Rhiannon Held got a bronze medal in the pole vault with a vault of 3.85 meters.
I hope you're not tired of winning because Layla Hasbrook won the women's 400 meter hurdles with a new PR of 62.4 seconds. So congratulations to Layla. Haley Marston earned the bronze medal with a PR of 4 minutes 39.09 seconds in the women's 1500 meter run. And then Hannah Thuss earned a silver medal in the women's 3,000 meter, one of those long ones that we just hate to think about, with a PR of 10 minutes, 0.45 seconds. 10 minutes, like on the dot, essentially.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
I know. I was proud that you could read, like, I was thinking, how are you supposed to say that?
You know what numbers
you did a good
do.
job.
You know what numbers do to me, and it's a miracle that I get through this show every single week.
That's honestly true.
Yeah, it's tough for me sometimes, but I manage. I'm getting better at it.
So then we had Rex Green won the men's 1500 meter with a new PR of 3 minutes 55.93 seconds. Another winner, Mara Hewalt, winning the women's discus with a toss of 53.39 meters. And then Megan Haig got bronze in the same event with a new PR of 46.44 meters.
And of course, to round it out, we're going to talk about the javelin, my favorite event. Who doesn't love just throwing a giant stick in the air with a point on it? I know, it sounds very aggressive by me. Maddie Roberts won the women's javelin throw with a PR of 48.46 meters. So I'm just...
Actually, 43.46 meters.
Did I say 48?
Yeah, you sure did.
Shh, just give her the extra 5 meters.
That's significant.
That is significant. She would have taken it, I'm sure. So I'm just doing a quick scan back through this from this meet.
So many medals.
Like medals in general, but wins. I mean, we're talking about Mara, Rex, Maddie. Hannah's got a silver medal. We got a bronze medal from Haley. I mean, just up and down. This is ridiculous. Yeah. I hate that we didn't get to talk about this one by itself because that was pretty crazy.
I'm sorry that I failed you as a host.
You did. We both failed each other.
Yeah, we really did, man.
You would say we didn't get a PR in management of the podcast.
What's the opposite? We were a DNF for the podcast.
Did not finish. Well, but you had to have actually started it to not finish.
We did start the season. So we DNF'd it.
I guess so.
I mean, we couldn't be like a false start. We could be a false start.
False start. I love it.
All right.
It goes back to football, too. See, we're tying basketball, football, all back into these things.
Well, there's a false start in track.
Shh. So. I'm trying to get the people that don't necessarily know a lot about track and field into this.
Okay.
Work with me here.
So, next we're going to talk about the Brian Clay Invitational, which happened April 13th through 15th in Azusa, California.
That's a fun name.
So, yes.
Azusa.
Like I said, the only people that went were our decathletes. I don't think that's a word, but John Murray was actually our only Auburn competitor who finished all 10 events. So we had, some other events that happened, participants, but he was the only one that finished it. So John Murray, he finished all 10 events by earning a new PR of 7,138 points in the event, which earned him 10th place.
Nice. Well, I'm happy that we had some representation. I mean, we had more than just John Murray out there, but obviously John's one that we talk about a lot in the decathletes.
Yeah.
Heptathletes.
Yeah. In the
is there an octoletes?
multi-event athlete is what he is.
Is there an octopholon?
No.
No. Okay. Sorry.
That's enough. Okay. Before Kyle ruins this, next we're going to talk about the Tom Jones Invite, which was April 14th and 15th in Gainesville, Florida.
Ooh. Don't like the Gators. Sorry.
Okay, but that has nothing to do with them.
But it's in Gainesville.
But we go every year.
It's
okay.
still the swamp.
Why don't you start us out with some positive things?
Wow. I mean, we've just got some good things to talk about here. Keyshawn Strachan won the men's javelin throw, and we've already talked about him last episode doing so great. So he follows it up again with winning the javelin throw PR of 76.97 meters. If one win wasn't enough for Maddie last week, here's another one in the hammer throw with her 4th consecutive hammer throw win. Absolutely outstanding by Maddie Malone.
Absolutely. Then we had Nia Benton Andrews earning a PR with a time of 23.37 seconds in the women's 200 meter, earning her a 30th place finish. Abasiano Akpan broke the Auburn 20-year-old freshman record for the 400 meter with a time of 56.93 seconds.
That's a long time for that record to be standing.
20 years. And the previous record was made by Josane Lucas in 2003, and her record was 57.81 seconds. So almost a full second that she...
You know, Tiger Tracks has existed for a few years now, but not that long. So we don't...
And it also hurts my heart is that 20 years ago was 2003.
It's making you feel old.
That doesn't seem right.
You were still in high school. Think about that.
I was in high school.
Yeah.
Thanks.
How's that make you feel?
Well, not great now, so thanks. Because some of these kids weren't... Think about it, Kyle. When that record was set, Abasiano Akpan wasn't even born.
Okay, now
that just hurts my heart so much.
We have reached that time frame.
Yeah. So, all right.
All right. Mara Hewalt got a PR in the shot put with a throw of 16.43 meters, earning a 6th place finish. Mara also placed 5th in the women's discus throw, too. The women's 4x400 relay team are now ranked in the top 20 in the country with their time of 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Outstanding for them. Top 20.
Top 20 in the country. I don't know that we've ever had a relay team for 4x4.
Okay, 4x4 is 4x100.
I know the men's 4x1 did really well.
Are we thinking about the same year where it was Sean Shivers?
Yep,
and
of course.
Yeah, that was one of the more fun things that I've seen. And I haven't been to a lot of track and field meets, but I've been to some. Watching that one and Sean take the one on the bend. I think it was at the Tiger Track Classic. That was really cool. And just watching that little bowling ball run so fast, that little baton in his hand.
With the baton?
Baton in his hand. Just made me so excited. Sorry.
I know. It's a lot of fun to watch these relays. So then we had Shantae Clinkscale earned the fastest time for the 100-meter dash in the past 5 years at Auburn with a time of 11.26. Ryan Kinane won the men's 1,500 meter with a time of 3 minutes, 43.42 seconds. And finally, Sanaa Barnes is ranked 8th nationally in the women's high jump. She earned a silver medal at this meet with a jump of 1.81 meters.
Well, I hope y'all aren't tired of winning and PRs because you got plenty of it.
Sheesh!
Well, and granted, we covered 2, technically 3 meets, all in one here.
We covered a lot of things.
Yes.
Like I said, next week, back to our regularly scheduled program. And Kyle, you are not going to like this at all.
Oh, no. I didn't even look down until just now.
On April 22nd.
Can we go back to the swamp?
We are going to Tuscaloosa.
Boo.
For the Crimson Classic.
We go there every year.
But also, some of our distance runners are going to the Virginia Challenge in Charlottesville, Virginia, which I don't remember us ever going. So maybe this is a Coach Burrell special.
Why do I have it probably is. You're probably right. But I just have this faint little inkling in my head that we've heard it at least once before.
Maybe we have.
Maybe we sent somebody there.
Maybe, we could have gone last year, and honestly, my brain fog is just not helping.
No, you're probably right. Let's be honest here. I'm more busy about going back to the Tuscaloosaville.
Well, that's fair. But I am excited for us to get back on our regularly scheduled Tiger Track schedule, be able to talk about all the results and all the things. But we had a lot of great things to talk about this meet.
All I gotta say is prayers up for this team heading to the worst place on earth.
Oh my gosh. Well, looking forward to seeing some more gold, silver, and bronze. I was getting that back.
And PRs.
And PRs. War Eagle.
War Eagle. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode on the E2C Network. On your way out, I want to remind you to stop by e2cnetwork.com. It's your one-stop shop for all our content across our podcast, YouTube channel, and much more. To stay up to date with us, make sure you're following social media accounts such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. While our content here may always be Auburn sports heavy, if it's orange and blue, it's what we do. War Eagle.